Hello Year 9 and welcome to any parent and carers who may be watching too. My name is Mr. Slaughter and I'm the Head of History at St. Peter's High School. This video is to give you as much information around taking GCSE History and why it would be a great GCSE choice for you. But before we get properly started, I have a quick question for you. What do you think Louis Theroux, J.K. Rowling, President John F. Kennedy, Martha Stewart, Sacha Baron Cohen, or Ali G, and Shakira all have in common? Well, not only are they individuals who have conquered their respective fields of entertainment, writing, politics, the world of business, comedy, and music, they are all individuals who have studied history beyond A-level. Whilst it would be great to reach the same level of infamy as the people on the previous part of this video, the key question is, what can GCSE History do for you? Well, learning about past events and the people who've influenced history will allow you to understand how the world got to the point it's at now and how it will continue to develop in the future. GCSE History will offer valuable skills for the world of work, communication and written skills, constructing arguments, problem solving. And perhaps maybe we need to think what GCSE History can offer beyond the end of Year 11. History is an extremely popular option at A-level here at St. Peter's, but it also is a facilitator subject, one looked upon favourably by top universities. The more of these facilitator subjects you pick, the better you will be in reaching perhaps those Russell Group universities. But I suppose the most important bit is studying history can lead on to many exciting career options, including journalism, law, business, politics, marketing, and maybe even teaching. As a history teacher, one of the most common myths I have to debunk is what can I do with history after A-level? People are stuck in the idea that all they can do is become a teacher or end up on the TV show Time Team. But there are so many more opportunities, down to the soft skills that history encourages. A good historian encourages argument skills, the ability to present a convincing argument which is persuasive and grounded in good evidence. This can lead to career paths in the world of law, project management, politician. Also, the use of looking at evidence and evaluating sources can open career paths into historians, museum curators, researchers, surveyors, and even forensic crime scene investigators. Perhaps it's the creative skills that you would like to harness when it comes to history, taking information and presenting it in a new creative format. Again, this might lead to routes into becoming an architect, a writer, a games designer, the world of advertisement, journalism. Or perhaps it's the expansive writing skills that history allows you to really maximise. Writing beyond bullet points, writing around a theme with a sense of purpose. Again, this would allow you into career paths in sports journalism, blogging, authors, writers. I think what I'm trying to get at is that if you are someone who is uncertain of the career path that you want to take, then history is a subject that will open more windows for you than close them. Another thing I get asked about GCSE History normally involves myths that I have to break down. The GCSE course consists of 2 exam papers. These are sat in normally with a week gap between and are for 2 hours long. And all work for the GCSE is assessed in Year 11. Myth number 1. It is not all long essays. There are a variety of exam questions that you will sit in Year 11, ranging from 4 marks to a maximum of 16. The second myth. All we do is learn dates. Whilst chronology is important, it is not the most important skill that is assessed on the GCSE. Myth number 3, it's too hard. All GCSEs have an element of difficulty to them. There is certainly a step up from Key Stage 3 to Key Stage 4, but this is no different in history to any other subject. And the final myth is that it's nothing like Key Stage 3. In fact, when you get to look at the courses that we do for GCSE, many of them have been pointed towards in the Key Stage 3 course. For example, in Year 9 this year, you have been looking at Nazi Germany and Adolf Hitler, and he plays an essential role in the GCSE. So, what will we be learning? Well, in Year 10, there are two key topics. The first one is health and the people, from approximately 1000 AD through to present day. Students will take a whistle-stop tour throughout history, looking at the bizarre and wonderful advancements in medical practices, from trepanning and the four humours to the seismic advances such as the birth of the NHS, a must-study topic for inspiring doctors on how not to cure people. And I couldn't think of a more important time than to be looking at our health system and the treatment of diseases. The second module is Elizabethan England, a powerful female heroine. Students will study one of Britain's greatest queens and the last 35 years of her reign, rebellion, invasion, religious uncertainty, and what life was really like during the golden age of the last Tudor monarch. The topic also includes a guaranteed question on an environmental site, and, where possible, we try to go on a trip to visit the location. Previous examples include Hardwick Hall and the Globe Theatre. If you've enjoyed Year 9 history, then the Year 11 course is very much for you. The first module we look at is Conflict and Tension, 1918 to 1939. This focuses on the end of the First World War and the build-up to the Second World War, looking at the peace treaties, the creation of the League of Nations, and the rise of Adolf Hitler. How could the nations of 1918 assure another world war of such a scale would never happen again, only for 20 years to pass and the very same countries would find themselves at war once more? What mistakes were made and what lessons could be learned? The second module, which has a lot of overlap and support, is Germany 1890 to 1945. We obviously cannot talk about the world wars without talking about Germany's involvement. This period of study focuses on the development of Germany during a turbulent half-century of change. It was a period of democracy and dictatorship, the development and collapse of democracy, and the rise and fall of Nazism, and history's most remembered dictator, Adolf Hitler. Now, of course, as an enthusiastic history teacher, I would love it if every student took the subject. But don't just take my word for it. Have a look at what some of our great students in Year 11 have come back to me with in terms of quotes about their experience of GCSE history. Have a read through and see what you think. Here are some more. And I have to say, I think this quote best summarises up the experience of the majority of students who pick history at GCSE. So, as a Year 9 student, what can I do next? Well, you can get a real flavour for the great topics studied in Year 10, looking at the pre-booklet meme challenge, which has been provided on Show My Homework for all Year 9 students. If you have any further questions about GCSE, please don't hesitate to contact either your history teacher or contact me direct on the following email. And also take into consideration the great social science GCSE sociology, which is also offered by the department. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all for GCSE in September.